Hello, hi folk. Day in the house. And I'm here to make an announcement, but with a very, very heavy heart. To announce the very, very sudden and untimely death of a wonderful patriot of èira and a very, very good friend. A man who has put this country before himself and anything that meant anything to him. He put this country first. This was a man that had Ireland in his heart and corruption at his forefront to expose. He has been doing so for the past 6 years that I've known him. He came to meet me in 2020 to inform me to expose the experimental trial and the scamdemic. You need to expose to up the numbers to get the deaths. They are going to euthanize the elderly in the nursing homes. This was all exposed on my sites in 2020. This man brought evidence of the clot shot and what was in it and what it was going to cause. And this was all exposed. Between streams that myself and this man done, it was exposed every which way he could get it out. He exposed way back the turf bogs being stolen, and he got that stopped with evidence of fraud. He exposed the HSE with giving misinformation to people to put fear in them. When he, through the Freedom of Information Act, obtained evidence that there was no virus ever isolated. He gave this evidence to a woman that held on to it until she got the same evidence in her own name and then exposed it 2.5 months later. This man done everything in his powers to expose the corruption. He pleaded with me to stop referring to the invaders in the Dáil as government. You are legitimising them. And I have, in all my streams, been referring to them as what he said they were, occupiers of our government building called the Dáil Éireann. This man has spent years exposing the corruption. He exposed Leo Varadkar going to the City of London in 2019, just before the scamdemic, and signed Ireland back under the Crown when the 100 years was up. But not only did he do that, he committed treason to this country when he signed Ireland up as an organisation called Government Ireland, as a company, which a leader of a country, and I say leader, cannot be the CEO of a company. You all know that. This man had to flee the Dáil because of the corruption that this wonderful friend of mine was exposing. He exposed so much. He exposed what was going to happen to the elderly in the nursing homes if they didn't get them out. And exactly what he said did happen. He brought the information to me and I relayed it to you. Every bit of it. The warnings. We were called every name under the sun, conspiracy theorists. We were even called racist against the experiment, as he called it, a clutcher. And he was 100% correct. This man was exposing a lot what's happening behind the scenes of our government building from the occupiers of that building. And that's exactly what they are, occupiers. He was exposing them for importing voters and voting fraud. His latest one was Jim O'Callaghan, that he was exposing in cahoots with both Garda Commissioners and with the PSNI. He asked me on Friday night at 9:45 to get from the young lad, Liam O'Gorman, I think his name is, yes. He wanted 3 pieces of paper to put a stop to boarding them on it, doing what they were doing, stealing the tough box. That was on Friday night. He had done his last papers and sent them to me on Jim O'Callaghan and both Garda Commissioners to be released. I then heard last night that my wonderful friend and a friend to this country, a patriotic man named Gabriel Martin, was found dead in his bedroom by his son. This man didn't just love Ireland. His heart wasn't just in Ireland. Ireland was in his heart. This man put this country before anything that he loved. He put this country at the forefront of everything. He was lucky if he slept for 2 hours. Around 4 or 5 in the morning, he'd go to bed. He'd stay up all night doing research to expose the rot and the destruction. The destruction of this beautiful land, of what they use in that proclamation here. Ireland belongs to the people of Ireland, but for the destruction of Ireland. He said, how do you think they're causing that destruction? Look at what they're doing. How can they do the destruction? By making the Irish people the minority. This man was exposing everything they were doing. I'd like to send condolences from the people I've spoken to this morning in at the forecourts, fighting the rot. They've all sent their condolences to Gabriel's family, his wife, his son, his daughters. This man will be greatly missed. He was my friend, as was this man, another great patriot of èira, Father Patrick Ryan. Also my friend that passed on the 15th of June, just gone. Gabriel told me that he will do a stream with me, but it wasn't time yet. That was a month ago. But lately he said, it's going to be time soon to do that stream day. It's coming close. The rot that he was exposing was second to none. I'm asking everybody to share this out. And I will let you know the arrangements when I find out of a wonderful patriot named Gabriel Martin. May he rest in peace and look over us and help us to fight the rot. If you want to look at his work, his dedication, go to thepeoplespartyireland.com. Google it. Over and out for the moment.